Hello, lawn mowing people. Today I'm going to talk about lawn mowing leads and why you could be making a big mistake and you could be leaving money on the table. Now, the leads are going to come, and obviously you mow lawns, but what else do you do? How about gardens? How about trees, hedges, rubbish removal, and even lawn treatments? Now, there's a lot of jobs that people expect a lawn mowing business to do. We get a couple of calls every month just for lawn treatments, and it's definitely not a service that we offer. Now, the chances are that you only do a few of these things. In fact, if you're offering all of these things, then you may have to focus on your core offerings, but that'd be another video. Anyway, it doesn't matter if you do these jobs or not. You're going to get calls about them. And I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't just say no. Now, people are going to assume that since you mow lawns, you may offer everything from gardening to repairing garden gates. If you tell a customer you cannot help, then they'll think twice about ringing you in the future when they have a job that you can do. We only accept lawn mowing jobs ourselves, and small ones at that, but we like to make sure that everybody who rings us gets put in touch with someone that can help them. You want a customer's experience on the phone to be good. And if you can't help them, you should be able to put them in touch with somebody who can. The customer's experience with your business is going to be so much better, and they'll be a lot more likely to ring you again the next time they need something. So all you really need is a list of local contractors. Now, how do you go about finding a list of local contractors? Now, we try to have a list of people that can do all these extra jobs, and I'll just go about how we built up our list and how you can build up yours. Now, one way is to approach businesses while you're out and you're working. This can be places like in the local mower repair shop, could be at the local dump, or when you're working on a lawn and another contractor turns up to do a job, could be a good opportunity. I was on a job a couple of weeks ago when a tree guy turned up, but this guy was different. He had the smallest portable stump grinder I have ever seen. I got his card and I put him on my list. Now, this will come in handy next time I talk to somebody with a hard to access tree stump. Now, another way to build your list is to search actively. This is better for new businesses or existing businesses with not that many connections. First, search for local businesses that provide that service and search for them on Google. Go to Google My Business and look at the map listing. Find the ones that are near you and the ones that have the best reviews. And once you've found a tree guy and a guy that does this and a guy that does that, give them a ring and have a chat. And you never know, you might be able to work out some kind of deal. So how do you go about talking to local contractors? Well, when you're making a deal with a local business, there's a couple of ways to approach it. First, determine that they're not offering the same service that you're offering or recommending somebody else, because you don't want to have somebody on your books that's going to actively take work off you. If you mow lawns and they mow lawns and you're both working in the same area, the conversation is over. You don't want this kind of arrangement. Now, if they don't offer you service, but they're currently recommending another lawn mowing business, are they absolutely set on continuing with them, or would they be open to working with your business instead? If they're happy to work with you, the most common agreement is that you send them quotes and they send you quotes. Now, if you're going to do this, keep an eye on what quotes are going out, what quotes are coming in, and just make sure it's not one-sided. Make sure that you're not sending them lots of quotes and they're not sending you any. The agreement needs to be fair. So how do you track the leads? Well, one simple way of tracking leads is to tell a customer that the number that you're giving them, the guy's quite busy, but if they mention your name, then he'll fit them in a bit quicker. And they'll do the same thing with you. And that way, you know what leads are coming from the other guy, and the other guy knows what leads are coming from you, and everything is easy to work out. So once you've done this and you've sent them the information, everything's done. You've passed the job on, right? No, that's not right. Now you need to make sure the quote actually happens. Because one of the big problems with giving leads away is because it's free, it appears to lack value. If the contractor's busy and the lead is free, they may decide to ignore it. And this is going to make your business look bad, and it'll defeat the whole purpose of passing the quote on in the first place. So you need to make an agreement. To avoid no-shows, agree that the contractor will promptly call back any leads. With us, we like leads to be responded to within an hour on a work day. He calls back your leads immediately, you call back his leads immediately. Even if you can't get round to do the quote for another 24 hours, just ring them straight away and let them know when you're going to be there, because what you want to do is you want to stop them from searching. And this is what you want to tell the other guy that you're working with to do as well, because in that way you're securing the work. Another thing that you should do if you're dealing with a new contractor is tell the customer that you've just recently started working with this guy, but you've heard good things. Tell them that feedback is important and you'd like to hear back and hear how it went with that contractor, whether it went well or whether there was any problems. Now, if the contractor fails to turn up once, then just remind him. If he fails twice, then basically we just don't send them any more work. One other way to guarantee quick responses, I've found that actually selling my leads is the best way to get quick responses from reliable contractors. However, I understand that not everybody can sell their leads. Now, my lead buyers respond within an hour and they always turn up because they've paid for the lead. If I get a call back from an unhappy customer because someone didn't show up, I put the contractor on notice. It's not all about money. Remember, the original issue was ensuring that the customer was happy when they made the call to you. Now, if you're selling leads, you're going to have to go the extra mile. You're going to have to take full details, name, number, address, and a quick job description. Let them know the name of the company that will contact them and tell them they'll contact them within an hour. And send the quote immediately. Don't send old quotes. And also qualify the quote. If you think the quote is no good or a bit dodgy and it's not a quote that you take yourself, then don't pass it on. You want to keep the quality high. Now, we make roughly 20% of our yearly turnover by selling excess leads, and you could do this too. Now, it can be highly profitable if you do it right, and it is a win-win for everybody. Just remember that when you start off your business, always be making those connections. Find businesses that do work, that you don't work, and exchange work with them. And then as your business grows and becomes more established, then you can move on to selling your excess leads. What we basically do these days is any lead that's out of area or not a lawn that we want, we sell the leads. And in that way, every year, our lawn mowing area that we work gets smaller and smaller, and the income goes up, and we only work in the areas and the kind of lawns that we want. And that's about all I've got to say today. Remember, I do have a membership if you want to learn how to grow a profitable lawn mowing business and increase your income every year. Until I see you next time, get out there, mow lawns, have fun, and happy lawn mowing, people.